Hi, and welcome to PHE 289 Soccer Officiating. My name is Ross Malone. I'm going to be your instructor over the course of the next 8 weeks of this class. This class is being offered during the spring 2013 term. We're going to have two sections of it, one this first 8 weeks and then another during the second 8 weeks. I want to give you my contact information for this class. And by the way, before we get too far into the class, I need to make sure that you're aware of the fact that this class is being offered through not only Blackboard, but through Tegrity. I find that this medium is going to provide for me an opportunity to show you a lot more information visually and auditorially, if you will, through Tegrity, than I've been able to do before. You're going to have the benefit of that, and hopefully you'll be able to embrace this new technology as I'm trying to. And you'll notice that I'm going to be very stilted. I'm going to be looking over here and looking down here and pausing and all those kinds of things. But bear with me. The information, the content is being provided to you through this class so that you can get through it with a great grade and some potential for, well, making some money perhaps. Look, let's go ahead and begin with how to find me. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring it right up here. That's me. Dr. Ross Malone, Murray State University. I'm the Director of Career Services. You can find me, as I indicated, in the Applied Science Building. That's my email, and those are the two office, well, the office telephone number and then the fax number. While you may not need the fax number, you may, if in fact you're off-site, want to provide me with some additional information. For example, if you're currently a USSF referee, grade 8 or below, 7, 6, 5, you get the idea. I need to have a current fax of your license from USSF. Those classes, of course, were conducted and provided last December for recertification. Or if you're just becoming a USSF soccer referee, grade 8 or above, 7, 6, 5, then I need to have a picture of your, or a fax of your license provided to me, and that's why that fax number is there. In addition, of course, you can see my email address is also listed there. If, in fact, you want to come and chat with me about any aspect of what it is that you're seeing or hearing throughout the class, you are more than welcome to. But my recommendation would be that you schedule an appointment to do so. The spring semester is filled with an awful lot of people looking for positions of employment, and that's, of course, what we do here at Murray State. Those and our internship or cooperative education opportunities, that's what's happening during the first part of this semester. So therefore, call before you walk in. Just never know what's going on. Just a little bit about me. I've been officiating high school sports and collegiate sports now for the better part of 40+ years. And throughout my first 19 years of officiating, I was a football referee. Well, I got bored with that and decided to go into soccer, where the pace is constant. It's always moving. There are no timeouts except for the halftime. The list goes on and on. It's not decision by committee as you see in today's modern American football. Rather, we have a center and two assistant referees. Those things will be elucidated just a little bit down the line for you. I serve currently as the assigning secretary for the Kentucky High School Athletic Association's Regions 1 and 2. In addition to that, I work as a national clinician for the National Intercollegiate Soccer Officials Association, along with my work as a national assessor for that same organization. You are obviously aware of the fact that there are other areas that are governed, other areas of the sport of soccer that are governed by different agencies. Let's go through a couple of those to kind of give you a clue as to what's going on. And I'm also going to provide for you some of the resources that we have here for you to look at. Take a look, for example. This course is designed to provide you with the basics in high school soccer officiating, in hopes, honestly, that you'll seriously consider becoming a high school referee, soccer referee, for next fall. That's fall 2013, regardless of where you are at that time. Needless to say, I'd like to have 20 or 30 of you participate with me in the upcoming season. This course is designed to prepare you for that eventuality, if in fact you want. There are many things for you to consider before you do that. But this course is designed, and that's why I'm telling you this now, to provide you with the basics in high school soccer officiating. And to do that, in addition to the class, this happens to be one of the resources that I use constantly in my preparation for the upcoming season. You'll notice, of course, that we're starting in January, but nevertheless, we have the KHSA website that provides a great number of, well, it provides guidance and administrative oversight for all of the schools in Kentucky as it relates to their soccer program, well, their sports programs, okay? I'm a little biased, as you can see. Anytime you want to become more involved with what it is that you see on the KHSA website, you can certainly touch any of these tabs at the top. The one that I'm most interested in dealing with right now would be the coaches and the officials tab. You'll notice here's the officials tab. Officials information is where you would go for additional information. Let's click on that and you'll see what happens. What you get into on the next page is a variety of links that will assist you in becoming a licensed KHSA referee down the road following completion of this course, along with a few other steps that you'll need to take. Here's a recommendation, not only a recommendation, no, that's wrong. Here's what you need to hear about this. If in fact you were to click on links for licensed or prospective referees, click to fill out a new officials application saying, I want to do this and I want to do this now. You know, what you would do is you'd be taken to a new link. Let's see if we can get that to work. Okay. There it is. That would allow you to complete a KHSA new officials application for 12-13. Do not do this. Don't do this now. You'll need to stay in constant touch with me regarding the time frame as to when the new referees will be registered and licensed with KHSAA. It is not now and probably won't happen until the end of May, 1st of June. So please don't do this now, even if you might be a little bit excited about becoming involved in this, you know, in this new thing, this new avocation or vacation that you might take up while you're in school. Love to have you do it. Information on becoming an official, the guidebook, any number of things are all located here on the KHSA website. In addition to that, there's another resource that I use also. It's called the National Federation of State High School Associations. This is also for you to use. However, once again, I do not recommend that you become a member of this yet. Your KHSAA membership for the fall 2013 season covers some of this, okay? And you'll have better access to this information by just coming in here and playing. For example, here's your officials tab, and off we go. This is not the greatest website, but it certainly is helpful if, in fact, you have additional questions about some of the things that you're going to experience as a high school soccer referee, if, in fact, once again, you go that direction. I'm going to go ahead and give you yet another resource that I want you to see, and that's this. On YouTube, okay, on YouTube, what you can do is you can come in and learn a great deal more about what it is we expect as a referee cadre for high school soccer officiating. What you can do is you can come in here.
Thank you for viewing this video. My name is Ross Malone, the Soccer Signing Secretary.
Watch this video, and what I'm going to do through this 7-minute video, 7 minutes, 11 seconds, is tell you a great deal about what it is that you need to become what you need to do to become a high school licensed soccer referee through the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. It'll answer a large number of your questions and tell you a little bit more about not only how we get paid, do we get paid, what kind of physical condition you need to be in, how long is the season, can you regulate how much or how little you want to work. You get the idea. You take a look at these questions that are popping up on the screen now. Anyway, another excellent resource for you to come into. To get into this, you'll go to YouTube and type in up at the search bar, how to become a high school referee, soccer referee in Western Kentucky, and it'll take you right to this video. You'll also notice this has been viewed 608 times, so there's an awful lot of people that will look at this, but they're not going to participate as a soccer referee because, well, they've learned that maybe there's a little bit more to this than meets the eye. And that's why I want to make sure that you have full disclosure as we go through this thing. So get into that if you can. You're going to find a large number of other resources on YouTube. How about this one? So you think you can ref. Take a look at this.
Hey, I'm Jason Sagini, and I'm here with fourth referee of the year.
Paul Tamburino was a very, very well-known referee in his day as an MLS referee. And of course, you can see he's gotten a little overweight and a little age on him. So he's not doing that now, but he is training an awful lot of folks. This particular video, if in fact you were to put in anything about soccer, you're going to come up with a large number of videos that will be good resources and so forth. But hey, bottom line is, it's all there for you, and it's all added value. In fact, if you want to take a look at some of these very short referee-oriented soccer videos and soccer plays and soccer goals and any number of things that's going on with this. By the way, this video does bring up a very good point. There is no physical requirement for you to become a high school soccer referee in the state of Kentucky this year. This gentleman is working through a physical provided by Paul Tamburino for MLS. There are other physicals for the NC2A and United States Soccer Federation. For high school, National Federation of High Schools, no. You're not going to have that, okay? So anyway, some additional resources for you to review on an at-need basis. But anyway, the Western Kentucky Soccer YouTube that I did for you, I really appreciate you looking through that. Okay, back now. Sorry about that. Had to change my script, okay? Here's the deal. I need for you to become very versed in the syllabus of the class. You're going to find that on the blackboard for the class. The syllabus is there. Don't need to review that with you now. Certainly you can do that at your leisure. One of the other things, though, that I want to make sure that you see is the book that you're going to be using, okay? The reason I bring both of these to your attention is simply because some people have purchased the NC2A book, and I don't recommend that. While you could theoretically use it as a resource, the rules for the NC2A are incredibly different than those of the National Federation of State High School Associations. Incredibly different, you say? Well, indeed, there are nuances between both games. Let's keep this in mind. The National Federation of High Schools has provided us with a rule book governing the sport of soccer, football, or basketball, baseball, swimming, golf, tennis. It doesn't matter. Bottom line is, in our case, it's soccer. But here's the deal. The National Federation views high school sports as an extension of the classroom and what they're supposed to be learning while in high school. That's what this is all about. This is the book that you need. This is the book that's currently located in the Murray State University's University Bookstore, located in the Kerr Center here on Murray State University's campus. You could order it, I suppose, from the National Federation of High Schools. This book costs approximately $10 depending upon where you live and how you get the book. You know, if there's shipping involved and all those kinds of things, that's once again one of those things that you're going to have to make up and make your mind up on and use your discretion. I recommend that you come in and get it from the bookstore. It's, like I said, about $10, maybe a little bit less. Let's talk a little bit about the class. This class is strictly up to you as to how you want to go about learning it. I recommend, since we're going to go through all 17 laws, or in this case rules, 18 if you include the rule of common sense, we're going to do that on a weekly basis. There will be multiple laws or rules in this particular case. And by the way, let me go ahead and do that for you. The United States Soccer Federation, for whom I taught for several years, uses the terminology laws. In high school and in college, we use rules. Okay? So let me make sure that distinction is there initially. Anyway, back to the point. There will be 17 laws reviewed throughout the class. These will be done on a weekly basis. We'll start at the start with Rule 1 and go to the end, Rule 17. But there's going to be bits and pieces throughout the class that are going to be thrown in there to make this class more understandable and prepare you for the final. Currently, there is a final that is provided for you at the end of this course. It is a version of the final that you would take, the Part 1 test, that is, to become a licensed high school referee. It's got 100 questions on it, and we're going to be able to do this through Tegrity. Yes, believe it or not, you'll be able to do this remotely. The beauty of it is we have a capability with Tegrity that allows us, well, to watch it take the test. Okay? So if you are remote, we're going to be able to see what you're doing while you take the test. and it's going to be open only a certain time. So when you take this, of course, you're going to have a camera, a web camera, to do this. But anyway, once you take it, we're going to be fine with this. It's going to work. Once again, I'm learning this as much as you are, so it's going to be kind of cool, if you will. Let's go back to the course again. The 17 rules, once again, while we don't have 17 weeks to do this, and in many cases, an awful lot of people would like to span this or take the class over the span of a 17-week period. I don't think that's necessary. And let's face it, we're sitting in an 8-week system, so you're going to have multiple rules, responsibilities for review and quizzes each week of this class. In other words, don't get behind. If you were to make up a quiz, the quiz will be much more difficult with much more information in it at the end of the course and will not count as much. So therefore, each quiz, as you'll see in the syllabus, has its point value. The final has its point value. And let's face it, the total of all of that will determine your final grade. Once again, you'll have to review the syllabus to get that information. This course, once again, is strictly offered through Blackboard. At this point, there are no classes for you to attend on the Murray State University campus, unless, of course, there's a number of you that need clarification for a particular aspect of the rules. I don't see that as being a realistic issue. In other words, I don't think we're going to have a class on campus for everybody to get together and do this in a classroom setting. We're doing this all on Blackboard. Okay. I think that pretty well sums up what I want to make sure that you see. You've got some assignments that you're going to need to deal with. Take a look, of course, at the syllabus. 1, you're going to want to get this rule book, not this one. Okay. 2, 3, I've asked you to review a couple of websites, the National Federation of High Schools, and that would be www. Let's go ahead and bring that back up again. Here it is, www.nfhs.org. Go back to the home page so that you can see what that looks like. Okay. The other home page I'd like for you to review and make sure that you're aware of is the KHSAA website, which is located here. Okay. The other piece that I'd like once again for you to do is to take a look at the video that I provided so that you know a little bit more about what you're getting involved with if in fact you choose to become a high school referee. Now I know that's not necessary, or none of this is necessarily part of your assignments, but it will help you with this class. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for participating. We still can enroll a couple of other folks if in fact you know of people that may want to do this. Certainly let's get them involved. We'll go from there, okay? Hey, I look forward to working with all of you. Once again, my name's Ross Malone. Have a great day. And, look forward to seeing you in the next integrity class, beginning with Rule 1.